Hello.
Are we back?
We sure are.
Hello.
Just having a bit of a snack. Excuse
What's
us.
the amateur video style scan lines there? Not lines, like, is it flare?
DV cameras do that.
Oh, okay.
It's not a good quality camera.
No,
Looks
but
even worse when you put it on YouTube.
but the Viper does that. The Thompson Viper, on which Miami Vice was filmed. Some of the most exciting bits of it.
I saw that book about Michael Mann that Love's got you.
Yeah.
That's pretty fancy.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. It's much better written than some of the other Taschen movie books too. Okay, I'm going to read a movie review for you. This is the segment with no name. This is the segment that you have to name. Or if you don't, we'll name it.
First email in gets to name it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think best email and gets to name it. Okay,
That's
now
a bit ambitious, Tom. Can you pass me a tissue?
I'm going to read some reviews. A couple of,
Tissue, Mary.
of reviews. Of the movie Crank. If you've heard of this movie, this is speed in a person. This is the movie where Jason Statham has to go really fast. If he stops going fast, he dies.
Now,
Just keep an eye on what the camera can actually see, Tom.
I'd just like to point out, Tom.
Oh yeah,
Hanks,
that's fine.
I'd just like to point out
Yep.
that I love the idea for the movie.
So do I. So do I.
So do I.
think
The
it's
premise makes it.
the premise makes a fantastic. But I have little desire to see the movie because it looks retarded.
It's like that Robert De Niro film, God something.
Tom!
God bless the child.
Tom, you should have read reviews of Little Man.
Oh, that'll be next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst movie ever made.
What is the one?
No,
where
that's the Kim Basinger movie.
No.
God something.
The one where they had that child and. I don't know. It's a really good premise. I'll have to find out what it's called.
Right. So the premise is they have a child,
No,
and it's a Robert De Niro movie.
Robert De Niro doesn't have the child.
No, well that would be not easy. Is that the one with Dakota Fanning in it?
No,
No.
I'll find out what it is in the break.
What are we even talking about now?
We're talking about movies that Danny thinks have a good premise.
I'll find out what it is in the break.
But now
The premise almost made me want to see it.
we're going to review the movie Crank. First up, we have a review by Martijn van Soorsau from the Netherlands.
That's a good name.
So he's reviewing the movie in between hunting pirates and having crocodiles chase him with alarm clocks in them and so forth. This is going to be very difficult to read, trying to give across the extremely inventive punctuation that Martijn uses, but I'll do my best. This is a really good movie, and Jason Statham plays her role well. The action starts the first minute of the movie. He wakes up and bang, action. He has got a virus in his blood and there is no cure, only a way to slow it down, and that's to keep going at all times. Never stop. Keep going. He has to do some crazy stop to get where he wants to go. His goal is to get even, whip the person who dirt this to him, and he will stop add nothing to get there. Hay crashes Mel's, invades a hospital, and even teams up with the person he was supposed to kill. It's a real big action movie, and I liked it every minute. There is only one thing I did not like, and that is that Tear movie is shorter than 90 minuets, but who cares? It's 90 minuets of full action, and I don't think there is anyone who can play this part better than Jason Statham. You got to see this one. So that was quite something, wasn't it? Martijn has given it, it looks like 20 stars out of 10. Now we're going to read, because I like this review as well, and this is actually properly punctuated. This is by Tibby from Hollywood, and he's given it as many stars as Martin has, which is to say 30 out of 10. An unbelievable brutal movie, very natural and surprising, yet even funny sometimes. I know it sounds crazy, but this all makes sense once you sit through the whole thing. Do not expect too much of a plot though, the visual shocks are what makes this ride awesome. Not to forget Jason and Amy's scenes together, which absolutely blow up the screen! This works makes Quentin Tarantino a shy, silent and boring director. Jason Statham is more macho than ever, leaves zero doubts about his role as a cold-hearted hitman focused on saving his own life while at the same time serving justice in the good old-fashioned Dirty Harry way, yet way cooler. Still, definitely, do not let kids into a screening. As for myself, I can't wait for the uncut edition on DVD.
Is that with a question mark?
No, that's with an ellipsis.
Alright, a trail off.
Yeah. So those are our reviews of Crank. It sounds like a pretty awesome movie. It sounds like we're going to have to go and see that picture
we're
one
not
time.
overtime, are we?
No, we're only in. No, we're not.
Uncut editions on DVD have always bothered me for some reason.
Well, so have I. It's because they sort of. It's like now you get to release two releases of a movie, and I think that your husband Peter Jackson is a big badness in this area, because it's like I've released the movie, but I get another go in a year when I get to release it twice as long with a whole lot of really boring scenes that nobody wants to see.
What, you're talking about the Lord of the Rings one?
I'm talking about all of his movies.
The Lord of the Rings extended editions are the only exception, I believe. They actually make sense, and they do, I think they're actually improvements over the theatrical ones.
So release them in the first place.
Too long.
But they couldn't.
Why not?
Because they had to cut it down to get it to theatrical, because New Line said, you got to have it so long. And
well, if you can't work out how to, you can't work out the politics of releasing a movie, the movie that you want to make, then maybe movie making isn't the job for you. Maybe you should be doing something else. If you're not able to negotiate with people, I want to make this movie and it's going to have these things in it, and then you have to have a go over in a year's time. I mean, okay, so, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but I do like the Lord of the Rings extended editions, apart from the first one, which I refuse to watch because you'd have to pay me at least $200 to watch that fucking movie again. But I like the second two Lord of the Rings extended movies just fine. They're, longer, they've got more yelling in them.
Or dancing on tables.
But, I mean, for the love of God, everyone said about King Kong, well, this movie is good / is a pile of shit, but the one thing we can all agree on is it's too fucking long. So when he releases the special edition, what does he do? Makes it too fucking longer. If you're going to have a go-over, surely you should release some of the horrible bits where the woman's in love with the monkey.
I must admit, I haven't seen the extended edition of King Kong, and I don't really want to.
No.
Don't you own it?
No.
Good. So, yeah, I mean, but extended edition... I mean, okay, I suppose we have to go back to my boy James Cameron here. He's all about extended editions, and the extended edition of Aliens, makes sense, which again, the theatrical release doesn't.
Well, then that flies in the face of what you were just saying
Yes,
second
it does.
ago.
Yes, it does. But, well, again, maybe
I believe it
maybe
makes
if
sense.
James Cameron isn't able to make the movie he wants to make first time off, filmmaking isn't the job for him.
Yeah, so he shouldn't have made the biggest box office movie of all time then.
No, evidently.
Movie making's not for him.
No. And similarly, Michael Mann, if he gets Miami Vice wrong and he has to do a go-over, maybe movie making isn't the job for him. Hello.
There is now coffee and croissant. Accoutrements in the kitchen.
I like myself some coffee. I'm going to make some in the next break, maybe. Well, so, I'm taking an indefensible position here, but you do see my point, don't you?
Yeah.
That extended editions are a little bit of malarkey.
My beef,
If you
my,
have to
my
release
initial
extended editions,
beef,
maybe filmmaking isn't the job for you.
you must remember that I initially brought up this as a pet peeve of mine.
Yes.
Okay, and then the tables turned and I ended up defending them.
Yeah, isn't it funny how sophistry works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My beef isn't so much with extended editions, which, in as we've proven, in some cases do make more sense
Make
than
the
theatrical.
movie better.
I'm talking about your editions of Road Trip and your editions of American Pie, which is special and unrated and oh my gosh. And
this was the quintessential example for this for me. Has always been when we were analysis and we saw Liar Liar Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I simply love Liar Liar so much that I must own the largest, most complete version of it.
Alright, we've got to end now. But, that was good. And I like Liar Liar. I like Liar Liar.
What?
Okay, good.
Alright,
Me.
goodbye
Yes,
everybody.
please.
And,
See you soon.
we'll
Don't
be
go nowhere.
We'll be right back.
Keep it real. Stay
after,
black.
After the break. I'm about to sneeze. Goodbye.